Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Auscast network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Auscast.
Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah. G'day. G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Good day.
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day.
I found your energy, Tim. I
There
matched
it is.
your energy.
You did.
And now we've got to stay like this the whole show.
And I'm dropping it.
And it's down and it's gone. Timothy, Daryl, Elizabeth Green.
That's a callback joke to something they don't get.
Yeah, hey guys, we watched The Producers last weekend. It was funny. You should do it too. Then laugh at our joke.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. This is me saying yes to your saying my name earlier.
Good. Man, we're good at this. I feel like our back and forth is always very good. This is a good podcast, remember? Tim, it is you got to look at the date, 28th of November? December. October.
Jesus. Remember I was saying a good podcast? You just screwed that up.
It is the
It's
28th
of October. Well said.
Said together. You know what that means, Tim?
I am aware, yes.
It means that it's getting close to the spookiest day of the year.
Ooh, Halloween. All Hallows Eve.
All of the Hallows on one eve.
Yeah. You've got the diary, the ring, the locket.
Wait.
No, those are Horcruxes.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just embarrassed
It's
myself
the Elder's Wand,
on
the
not
invisibility
live radio.
cloak. The Elder's Wand, the invisibility cloak, and the stone that lets you
Resurrection
see
stone.
people.
Anyway.
I just fucking out Harry Pottered you. Son of a bitch.
I ran down a path without looking where I was, which happens in a lot of Halloween situations. Ooh, it's so spooky. Now, Australia doesn't really celebrate Halloween much beyond everyone just getting really drunk.
Yeah, well, Halloween's not Australian, mate. It wasn't around when I was growing up, and it's not going to be around for my kids either. You better believe that.
Yeah, if kids knock on my door, there is absolutely no way they're getting any candy off me.
I've basically said that if a kid knocks on my door, I'll be eating chocolate and being like, sorry, I don't have anything for you.
Yeah, but I'll definitely get drunk for the event. Anyway, Halloween. So
Tim, with Halloween coming, I wanted to talk about something spooky. I want to talk about something scary and really I want to talk about something horrific.
Horrific, scary.
Yeah, and I was racking my brain. I was like, what is the scariest thing to happen in Australian history? Like, hands down, of all time, what is the scariest thing to happen?
The most terrifying moment in Australian history.
And it came to me, Tim. It came to me in a dream.
Okay.
A lot of musical theatre references. Because they're spooky. It came to me, Tim, and I realised that the scariest thing to happen in Australia was in the year 2003.
Oh, what a year. It was a year.
In that year, one person lost something so important. They lost a part of them. They lost an opportunity.
Not only that, but the nation.
And the nation lost.
The nation lost
an
as well.
opportunity. Tim, the scariest thing to happen is the Australian Idol Grand Final and Series 1 in 2003. And what happened to Shannon Knoll and Guy Sebastian?
Oh my goodness, I remember it like it was 14 years ago.
Holy shit, it's 14 years ago.
Yeah. It's it should be a national day of mourning. It was a scary, scary time for a lot of people.
People went into panic.
We all expected one thing and we got another.
There was lockdown.
It was awful.
Nation lockdown the next day.
For those who aren't aware of Australian Idol,
Our biggest pain.
Basically, Australian Idol was a television show based on originally the British Pop Idol, and then it spread slowly American Idol, etc., etc. Australian Idol was obviously the Australian version of that. The first season was in 2003. And gee whiz, there's a lot of great Australian stars that have come out of that season.
True.
But the focus point was the rivalry at the grand final between the great Guy Sebastian,
The man with
who
the fro.
has gone on to do great things, and his incredible fro, as you said, and Shannon Knowlesy,
Shannon Knowlesy, no.
the man that Australia deserved
And needed.
and needed. That we needed and deserved.
2003 was a time of strife. You know, we had our Etnie shoes. We were wearing visors and thinking they were cool. We had spiked hair. We had frosted tips still. We needed someone to guide us. We needed a flavor saver to guide us.
We needed a man of the earth, which is what Shannon was. He was a man of the people. He was a farmer from way back.
Oh,
At least
grassroots.
15 years of farming experience, possibly. I don't know. I'm just pulling that out of thin air. And
what did we get, Tim?
It was all we were given Guy Sebastian, an incredibly talented musician, but that's not the point, is it?
Australian Idol is not about finding a talented musician, Tim. It's about finding someone to lead Australia. It's basically the screening process for Prime Minister in Australia.
It should be.
Because Guy Sebastian served it was a short term.
It was a short term. And if anyone at that time was qualified to select an Australian Prime Minister, it was Mark Holden, Marsha Hines, and Ian Dicko Dixon.
Can we talk about the fact that Mark Holden is the most Australian man to ever exist because his last name is Holden.
Oh.
And we love meat pies, football,
And Holden
kangaroos.
and Holden cars.
Holden cars.
Yeah.
In some kind of order. Tim, it was a different time.
It was a different
2003.
time.
What year were you in?
That was a damn good question. I would have been like year...
Weren't you in year 7?
7, I think. Yeah.
You would have been in year 7. I was in year 5. At the height of puberty for me.
Early onset puberty.
I was
Fantastic.
very hairy by then.
Yeah.
And I remember this. There are some things that they burn into your memory.
I think everyone in Australia remembers the grand final and that moment where they said, after about 3 minutes of drawing that shit out, Andrew G and
James
Matheson, Andrew G, now known as Osher Ginsburg.
But we'll call him Andrew G for purpose of historical recognition.
Yeah, they drew it out quite a lot, and then they said the winner of Australian Idol 2003
is
Guy Sebastian.
And, you know, the nation went wild, but did they go as wild as we hoped?
So, what happened, though? Where did it all go wrong? Where did we lose sight of this hardworking, salt-of-the-earth Shannon Knoll and allow this afro-wielding... talented...
This deranged man running down the street throwing his afro
voiced
around.
gentleman to take over.
Now,
What
I'm
happened?
not saying that Shannon Knoll would have been a better choice for Eurovision in the last couple of years. Guy Sebastian was a great choice. I'm not saying that Shannon Knoll was the right person to sing Angels Brought Me Here, because Guy Sebastian was the right choice. I'm not saying that Shannon Knoll is the right choice to sing Elevator Love, because Guy Sebastian was the right person to sing Elevator Love.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is Shannon Knoll is just the right person. He's the one we need.
Yeah, he's the one. Look, okay, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it from the onset. Before the final, they were given a song. So there was a song that whoever won was going to release this particular song, and they had to perform it at like the final performance evening before the live grand final was aired from the Sydney Opera House, which, by the way, got 3 million viewers.
That's
people viewers.
3 million dogs.
It's hard.
Watched.
It's hard to get how many animals watched it because they don't. The technology wasn't there at the time. We can monitor things like that now, but we can't.
Now, in 2003, the population of Australia was probably still about 20 million, because that's what I always remember.
Was about that, yeah.
And you know, Australia is a vast country of desert and plains. So there's only about 3 million people that had TVs, and every single one of them tuned in to watch Australian Idol.
Yeah, that's 100% accurate. Look, so the song that they were given, it's a beautiful song, stirring.
Oh,
Incredibly emotional. Gets me teary every time I hear it. It's called Angels Brought Me Here.
Oh, and they did. They brought Nosey to us.
But I don't think they did bring Nosey. I think that the Angels were created to bring Guy Sebastian. You know what I'm saying about this? I'm saying that song was written with Guy in mind and that Shannon Knoll never had an opportunity. He never had a chance.
Are you trying to tell me that in this episode about Australian Idol 2003's grand final with Shannon Knoll and Guy Sebastian, we're going to get into the... Sorry, I just had to look around to make sure there's... The conspiracy theories?
Yeah, we're going to blow this whole thing wide open.
All right, Mythbusters, hold on to your butts. We're getting into this shit. Look, I agree with you because we just sat upstairs and watched both the versions of this. And to say that Nolsey's voice is harsh and grating for a soulful song about God and angels is accurate.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we were lucky enough to stumble upon Shannon Knoll's version of Angels Brought Me Here on YouTube, and we did not make it fully through the song because it was, how do I put this, fucking terrible.
Have you ever watched someone on stage know that it's going horribly but still have to sing for 3 minutes? Because that's what we got to watch.
Yeah.
Was him being like, nah, this song's not for me.
It was not good. But it's not fair because Shannon Knoll he's soul of the earth, bloody brilliant bloke. And he came out with some absolute fucking crackers afterwards. If they had to give him a song like What About Me, his most famous work, or Let's Drive.
Drive, yep, great one.
Great song that he came out with. Just beautiful. I got a car. I got a big black shiny car.
I've actually got
the
that
lyrics are
across
gorgeous.
My back. Yeah,
I think they're actually inspired by Yeats.
By what?
Yeats?
Yates. What? Oh, Yeats, sorry, the poet.
Yeah. You following now?
Yes.
You made me start doubting myself, and I was like, did I just embarrass myself?
I did a whole subject on Irish writers. Yeah. Tim, but
that's the kind of song that he needed to win that, and they didn't give it to him.
Here's the thing, though. Here's some fuel for the conspiracy theory. Do you know what song these two boys auditioned with?
No, I do not.
Shannon Knoll auditioned with a fucking cracker of a song, ladies and gentlemen. A fucking cracker of a song. If anything else, the only song to be sung at that time, Better Man by Robbie Williams.
And
what a man.
Yeah, he is a better man. That's what it comes down to.
Here's the thing. So, Better Man, a bit of soulful pop rock from Robert Williams. It's great stuff. And that's Knowles's style. That's not what Angels Brought Me Here was. Angels Brought Me Here does fit a bit more in line with Guy Sebastian's audition song of What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
It's definitely both songs.
They're both songs, and one of them fits the other. I do just want to touch on the fact that I was looking through the list of songs at the auditions for Australian Idol 2003, Season 1. You have people like Rob Mills, who's another extremely famous Australian who was brought to fame by Australian Idol. He came 5th, but he was brought to fame by Australian Idol.
No comment.
And he sang Angels by Robbie Williams. You've also got Brandon Burns, who I don't remember, but he sang Better Man by Robbie Williams.
I think I remember quite well that around 2003 was probably the height of Robbie Williams' fame. Robbie Williams, didn't he do a song with Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, doing it for the kids.
Yeah, one of our famous singers here.
I'm doing it for the kids.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
And aside from that, with the men singing the same song over and over, can you guess, 2003, can you guess which song was, that I've seen more than once, probably about 2 to 3 times, listed as the female song to be sung?
It'd be Alicia Keys. No?
Nope.
I have no idea then.
Remember how 2003 is just a spillover from the 90s?
Yeah, right.
The song was My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
No.
Okay, Karen, welcome to the audition. We just want you to sing a song that shows off your vocal range. What have you got? I've got My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Right, but if you've got anything more recent, what's more recent than Celine Dion? She's timeless.
Yeah, it's contemporary. It's from the streets. This is what people feeling. This is what people are living out there. On the streets.
How often have you been to? Because I don't know about you, but whenever I do musical theatre stuff, I love going to auditions because, number one, I just like judging people. That's just fun. But the other thing is I love seeing people do the same song over and over. because I think it's hilarious. How many talent shows have you gone to? Because I remember going to a talent show in 2009 or 2010. It was the Warringah Mall talent show. So it was in the middle of a food court. So,
A talent show in a food court at a mall.
Yeah, it was
That's some high class shit.
big deal in the Northern Beaches.
How much were the tickets for that?
Oh, mate, I don't want to talk about it on air. But you know what song was the number one song of that time, of like the between 2008 and 2010? The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Oh.
I have heard that sung by people from the ages of like 5 to 17.
No, it's a cracker though. I'd give it a go.
It's a great song. Anyway, so back on to Nolsey and Guy Sebastian, the rivalry. So do you think that maybe Guy was picked? Do you think he was picked from episode 1 to be the winner?
Oh, I don't know about number 1. Look, I don't know how far back this conspiracy goes. I don't know who has a hand in it. I suspect a lot of it was shaped by Ian Dicko Dixon.
No, you would think that, Tim, but I don't know if you've realised that the only one of these people that's still on Australian television is Andrew G.
Osher Ginsburg.
And
Maybe
he changed his name.
Ooh.
What is he running from?
Yeah. Why is he still on TV if he's running from it?
Poor Osher is probably kept up at night by the fact he's like, someone's going to find out. Someone knows that I did this.
Yeah. Look, I don't know how far back this conspiracy goes, but there's definitely something going on.
Tim, I just got hit by a wave of realisation.
A wave, yeah. Hit me.
Let alone was Osher Ginsburg present when Guy Sebastian won Australian Idol. He was also present when Sophie Monk from Pop Stars, another Australian TV show finding a lead singer, won The Bachelorette.
Uh-oh.
Osher's the key.
She didn't win The Bachelorette. She was
always
The
gonna win.
Bachelorette.
Yeah, but she was always going to win, wasn't she? But he was there. That's
was
two
there.
famous Australian pop stars that came through reality TV that Osher/Andrew has had a hand in.
Oh, I
people.
wonder if he has had his hand in it.
No, he's a good man. Good man.
No. But look, I think we could go on about all these conspiracies. Where did it start? All that sort of stuff. But I think the fallout is interesting as well. I mean, Guy, yes, let's not deny he's a good voiced, good voiced man,
Soulful.
talented.
Beautiful.
He represented us the first time we ever played at Eurovision, and he actually did fucking amazingly. Let's put that.
That was
out
a good
there.
song as well.
Yeah,
what was
he
that
performed
song?
better than probably most of the people there. I'm not being biased. I actually did think that because I thought he was going to do really badly, and he did amazingly. But here's the thing: it sent Nolsey down a path that I just don't think has been the best for him. You know?
Correct, but also Nolsey was far more popular when he came second. In Australian Idol history, the person who comes second has always been more popular.
For a limited time, yes.
So
that's correct.
Part of this conspiracy theory is maybe they wanted Nolsey to win by giving him second place.
Maybe.
Because Nolsey came out with "What About Me," the re-performance of the song from back in the 70s or whatever it is.
A song that he sung during the heats at some point.
Yeah.
That people went fucking nuts for, and then he released it as a single later on.
And it's very good.
If you turn that song on while people are drunk, even when they're not drunk, you better believe the entire room will start singing along because it's a bloody good song.
There are 3 songs that will stop the nation: "Horses" by Daryl Braithwaite, "You're the Voice" by John Farnham, and "What About Me," the Nolsey version.
Oh yeah.
Actually, fun fact: Dylan from Apollo Hooks, the song that we used to use as our theme song, his dad wrote that song.
Oh.
He was in the band that did it, but I can't think of what band that was right now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm going to Google it whilst we think about things. But he did go down an interesting path after that. Now we had "What About Me." We had "Drive" about his big black shiny car. We had the song that you'd never heard of until the other day with Natalie Bassingthwaite called "Don't Give Up."
Yeah.
Which I found was recorded to raise money for Beyond Blue.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
it
nice.
is. But things have gone a bit... I'm not going to say they've gone downhill for him.
Yeah, look, a couple of years ago there was a resurgence of interest in the Nolsey Guy case, with a lot of young Australians all over Australia and the world really saying, "Hey, what happened there? Where's Nolsey been? Where's he gone? We need to get him back in." A lot of movement trying to get him to perform off his usual RSL circuit. Get him to Groove in the Moo. various other Splendor in the Grass, various other music festivals.
Burning Man.
And with that second taste of fame, Knowlesy went a little bit nuts.
Now, I think any man would go nuts with the amount of support that he has on a Facebook page called Shannon Knoll was robbed of winning hit TV show Australian Idol 2003.
That's an extremely long title.
It is. If you want to find this page, it's called @Shannon Knoll was robbed. How many people out of the 3 million viewers that tuned in on the night do you think have liked this Facebook page?
I would say it's probably higher than 3 million, the likes on the page.
That's incorrect. It's 29,919.
Well, that's underwhelming after I said that it was over 3 million.
It is. Thanks
Sorry
for
about
ruining that reveal. But it's
Yeah.
a lot of fucking people that believe that he was robbed, isn't it?
Oh, it's a lot of people. And I mean, this is 14 years later.
Yeah.
A lot of the people around at that time are dead by this point.
Well, yeah, we are. Most of us are.
Yeah, so...
But all that fame, as you said, may have gone to his head. Now he did have an article. He had an interview that I found from the Sydney Morning Herald, which I'm going to tell you about, Tim.
Please do.
Right after we have a quick break, because you know what I want to do right now?
What?
I want to listen to Drive by Shannon Knoll at least 4 times in a row.
Let's do it.
See, he had a car, a big, black, shiny car.
Yeah. Maybe tonight you can go for a drive.
If only Knowles
Yeah.
could come pick us up. Now, Tim, this Sydney Morning Herald article that was written by Shannon Knoll that I teased you with...
He wrote it himself.
Well, he might be.
Oh,
How deep does this conspiracy go?
I hope that he wrote it himself. I expect it to be incredible.
He basically was part of this article saying that reality TV is not all it's cracked up to be when it's coming to finding the latest pop stars, because...
Right.
He said the first issue is that nowadays it's all about celebrities, which I actually agree with him on, because all the judges are these big. You get Iggy Azalea on, you get Adam Lambert.
Yeah, Adam Lambert.
Adam
was
Lambert.
on.
You had the Good Charlotte Boys. You have Boy George. You have Seal. Like all these international famous people come over to our shores to do these pop shows.
Yeah.
And so Knowlesy makes a comment that he said that on one of the shows he was watching, and the judge was like, "Come on, win this for me," and he's like, "Hold on. I thought this was about the contestant."
Oh.
So he thinks...
He's a man of the people.
He's the voice of the people. He was saying that back in the first Australian Idol, because it was the very first one, he's like... Okay, so here's the wrong thing that he said. He's like, the judges weren't known. I'm sorry. The judges were Marsha Hine, Dicko, and Mark Holden. Dicko was probably the least known of the three.
Dicko wasn't, known.
Because he was a music producer or some
He's
shit.
producer, yeah.
But like Mark Holden and Marsha Hines were both pop stars from the 70s kind of era.
Yeah. Marsha Hines had done a lot of musical theatre and stuff as well.
Yeah, so he made a comment. He said that, back then it was just about the contestant. I agree with that. I think I agree with that on most reality shows now. It's no longer about the end goal. It's about the drama and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't tell you who won any of them.
Yeah, which is why I watch so much of it. But he thinks it's bad for these kids that go on.
Right.
Because they're like 16 or that, and these pop stars are like, you've got it, you're going to be famous, blah, blah, blah. But in the last 2 seasons or so of The Voice, from whenever this was written, both of the winners have flopped in the charts. Like, they haven't hit the thing. So they're getting told they're amazing, and then they get out into the real world, and they're not.
Yeah.
So Knowlesy, being a man who knows what it's like to hit the top, but also hit rock bottom, is worried for the youths of today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he had a similar experience. He was built up. He had the support of the nation behind him. And then somehow, through conspiracy, we suspect, guy went and won. So, he knows what he's talking about. I think what we need to see is a new reality singing show. One judge, Shannon Knoll, sitting there, listening to them and telling them whether they're good or not. That's it. That's all I want to see. That's the entire pitch for the show. Doesn't even need to be in a studio. It can be at his house. I don't give a shit. He can have a stubby in his hand. He just listens to him sing, and then he gives his piece, and then we all move on.
And he'll have his shirt open wide. You'll see his Southern Cross chest tattoo that he has, which I've seen pictures of.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to feed into this conspiracy a little bit more, the Prime Minister of the time...
Yeah.
A man who loves Australian Idol.
Oh.
Still to this day, he loves it.
I bet he does.
Watches reruns. John Howard.
Johnny.
Now, if there's a man that's involved in a conspiracy theory about Australian Idol, he's it, Tim.
Oh,
I've
this one
said it.
goes right to the top.
We're gonna get cut off. I know that. All right, guys, this episode's gonna get cut off because it's spooky Halloween, 31st of October. But John Howard, I think he rigged Australian Idol.
Oh, and he would.
He would.
He would.
You know, here's the fucked up thing, guys. Guy Sebastian in 2016, at the end of last year, he tweeted about The Bachelor Australia. He was on Team Nikki, according to this tweet. His tweet says, "This is actually more of a robbery than 2003 Australian Idol."
Shock horror. He acknowledges it. Interesting.
I think Guy Sebastian was forced to win. He was pushed to. He didn't want to win.
He just wanted. He wanted to go about with his afro, just living life, singing his songs in a talented fashion.
Yes, and he knows that Knowlesy was the man that we needed.
Look, it takes a great man, a humble man, to come back 13 years later and acknowledge that that maybe things didn't go the way that the nation needed them to. But Guy, we salute you for taking that step. You're a bloody talented man. I've said that quite a bit because you are.
He is.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually seen a tweet from him since 2016, so I'm kind of worried right now.
Well, he's probably dead. Yeah.
Well, he did go too deep. Tim, I want to just take us now to what happened to poor old Knowlesy quite recently.
Yeah. Look,
guys, it's not a laughing matter. It was last year, was it?
I believe it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find a date on it. Shannon Knoll, he got involved in a fight with a bouncer.
He got in a scuffle.
Supposedly he was quite aggressive at the time, according to eyewitness accounts. It was outside the Crazy Horse strip club in Radelaide.
Sounds like an incredibly respectable establishment.
Supposedly he was getting, according to eyewitness accounts, he was getting really aggressive and he was shouting, "I'm Shannon Knoll, let me back into the Crazy Horse."
So he'd already been in.
Yeah,
he'd come out probably for a dart.
Now, so he got aggressive. Now, obviously, he's an Australian man. He knows how to fight. He probably laid in a solid left hook or a right hook to the security guard.
Yeah.
Now that should have laid that man out flat, except for the fact that he's a security guard. So then he smacked Knowlesy and Knowlesy hit the ground, which leads to why this story is perfectly Australian. Because after Knowlesy hit the ground, people started singing the line from "What About Me" about getting knocked to the ground. He gets to his feet and he sings, "What About Me."
What a perfect response.
That's what happened. The only reason I found out about that story is because people were talking about the fact that there was a crowd of people shouting the words to "What About Me" at Shannon Knoll whilst he was in a fight.
It's a gorgeous story. It really is. Knowlesy, mate, we know you're falling on hard times. You can't get into the strip clubs you want to get into.
Can any of us, really?
But look, you've got our support, mate. It's going to be okay. Do a few more car dealership concerts.
Well, Tim, it's funny you say that because on November it's gone. It's dead. On November where'd it go? Tim? 4th. November the 4th.
Right.
Next weekend, Shannon Knoll is doing a concert at a car dealership that's opening up in Sydney. If I was in Sydney, I'm actually thinking about buying a plane ticket, really. Obviously. But the tickets, it's really hard to get a flight to Sydney right now because everyone's going to the free Knowlesy concert.
I suspect they're going to the Knowlesy concert,
Free Knowlesy, you know? And let alone does Australia need him at the moment. There's a rapper in Melbourne called All Day. Because, you know, all day. All day, every day. They are rappers.
Right.
And he has put out an open letter on Facebook asking Knowlesy to do a cover of Angels Brought Me Here.
Oh.
Perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down with that.
Nothing like a rapper and Knowlesy singing together.
Yes, please. Oh, jeez.
Tim.
That's our spooky episode.
I've got chills. I've got chills. They're multiplying and I've got chills.
Far out.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared for us now, actually. I think the spookiest part about this is what's going to happen to us now that we've told the world. Because America might not have known about this.
Well, I suspect they
do.
probably didn't know or care, but
And
now they do.
And
now
I think
they do.
the Illuminati might be a little bit annoyed at us for releasing their most top secret information.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
probably not. Hey, what's that?
That sound?
That sound.
I don't know. That sounds familiar.
It's the Harold Holt Watch. Whoa!
Spooky.
I said it spookily, but then the same music that plays is always played. So not that spooky. Hey, I have. It's my turn to read out this time. The latest thing that we got in regards to our good mate out there that we've never met, but we're looking for you, Harold Holt.
Yes.
Spookiest
story.
Yeah, spookiest. We got one come through earlier this morning, actually. I'm just going to read it out to you because it kind of speaks for itself. It says, "Hi guys. Last night I went to a Halloween party with some friends. It's a Friday night before Halloween. Halloween's on a Tuesday. Makes sense that you'd have a party.
Obviously.
Yeah. Just contextually, that'll make sense.
Thank
so
you.
we'll move on.
Yeah.
We decided to play some spooky games.
Ooh.
And someone suggested Bloody Mary. Now, do you know what Bloody Mary is?
Is that where you say Bloody Mary 3 times into the mirror and they appear?
That's right. And you got to be you usually have to be in a pitch black room. She says, I scare kind of easily, but since there was a guy there I'm kind of into, I thought I'd give it a go. Okay.
All right. We've all been there.
Yep. All right. I went into the bathroom and turned out all the lights,
Turn all the lights off.
saying the words, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Yes.
Suddenly, a demonic-looking face showed up in the mirror before me, and I was about to scream. When suddenly I realized it wasn't actually a woman. In the mirror was a face I could never mistake. Harold Holt,
Oh, I've got chills.
with a long blonde wig on.
I've got chills.
He smiled at me, gave me a thumbs up, and then disappeared. What the hell happened? You boys got any theories? Thanks, Claire from Brisbane.
Oh, thanks, Claire from Brisbane. Holy shit. He's gone
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Rogue. Yeah, he's gone. He's in the ether. He's gone to the astral plane. He's carting about in mirrors with wigs on for some reason. I think he's just getting into the Halloween spirit, which is fun.
Yeah, I think he's just having some fun. Like he's out for a laugh. Talk about there's two men that embody the Australian spirit. It's Harold Holt and Shannon Knoll. So I think it's fitting that we're talking about them both.
Yeah.
I've got no theories. The only weird part to me is that you said Bloody Mary 3 times and he appeared. I think so. If you say
Maybe he's just having a giggle.
but if you say Harold Holt 3 times, maybe have we tried that yet?
We've not. That's probably the one thing we haven't tried.
We should probably try that one. Guys, I think all right, the podcast ends here because Tim and I have just found out how we can find Harold Holt.
Yeah, there he is. So that's a story.
Oh, guys,
But do we believe it? It's spooky.
Never play Bloody Mary. Never drink and play Bloody Mary. Never play Beetlejuice. Just don't play any of those games.
What you should do is say Bloody Mary 3 times and then quickly say Candyman 3 times and then watch them battle it out.
Yeah, they'll kill each other.
Or they'll both kill you.
That is muchos spookios.
Oh, so spooky.
Halloween is the spookiest time of year.
Yeah, it's the most spookiest time of the year.
Yeah, I can't wait for Mariah Carey's Halloween album to come out again this year.
Why don't celebrities make Halloween albums? When I become
Michael
a
Bublé's
celebrity,
Halloween.
when I become a celebrity, I'm definitely going to release a Halloween album.
It's beginning to look a lot like Spookmas. You can't just release every time you say Christ in Christmas with spook. Yes, I can.
13 tracks on it. Ooh, spooky already.
Oh.
And 12 of them will be the Monster Mash.
That's actually a very good song. Well, I was working in the lab one night.
So that's that.
Sorry, I'm just now caught up in the idea of I'm thinking of every Christmas song album that I can think of and replacing Christmas with Spookmas.
Spookmas,
Well,
yeah, right.
Spookmas is you. Tim, can't wait to spend Halloween with you. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, rightio.
We'll hold each other.
Yeah,
Hold each other tight in this spooky house full of ghosts.
All right. Calm
Tim,
down.
I love doing this show with you.
What's happening? Let's wrap it up.
It's
Why
spooky.
Why are you doing this?
It's spooky because two friends are showing mutual love for each other.
I'm not doing anything. I'm saying we should
you
move on.
Piece of shit. Yeah, good stuff. It was another good episode, as I like to tell our audiences now. We had fun.
Just to confirm, that was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a bit spooky. And if you didn't like the episode, it was meant to be that way because it's spooky when it's shit.
If you didn't like it, this entire thing wasn't really us. It was recorded by ghosts.
Holiday ghosts. Good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff.
Find all of our stuff on www.yeargaday.com or by using the @YearGaday podcast to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yes, sir. Listen to the other stuff on Auscast Network as well. They're giving us the support we need, like a good jockstrap.
No.
And there's some fantastic stuff on the network, so make sure you check out the other shows as well. Get in with the Auscast family, because that's what we are. We are a family.
Yes. That's what we always say every week.
Why we fight constantly. And I'm not speaking to at least two people.
Well, they keep taking my hairbrush.
Yeah,
is the big issue here.
Yeah. Why have you got my clothes on?
Yeah, it's rude. Good stuff. Thank you, as always, to Taylor Smurl Spooky Smurly Tea for our wonderful cover art.
And thank you to Curtis Fernance Spooky Tree Curtis Fern Tree Music.
Spook Tree Music.
Spook Tree Music. For our outroduction, which is a word of my own making, and the Harold Holt Watch Music.
You're so hip and cool this week.
Yes.
And above all, everyone, thank you and God bless Shannon Knoll and Guy Sebastian. Because the real winner here is Australia.
Yeah.
And the world.
Sure, why not?
What about me? Wonderful stuff. Share it with your friends. Get in contact with us if you're enjoying the show. Comment on something. Send us a message. We like to talk to people, especially at this spooky time of year. I'm just really trying to... We didn't get enough spookies in the episode.
No.
So yeah, let's have a chit-chat. Tim, as always. Yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Catch you on the spookity flop.
Spook.
Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Auscast network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Auscast.
Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.